Om Tava Kathamritam Tapta Jivanam Kavi Biriditam Kalmashapaham Shravanamangalam Srimadaatatam Bhuvi Grananti Ye Bhurida Janaha Bhuvi Grananti Ye Bhurida Janaha. Surendra's house. Sri Ramakrishna has been invited for Annapurna Puja, and group of singers have come. After the puja celebration, the singing is going on. First song was sung on Gauranga's beauty, celestial beauty, the beauty of radiating peace and bliss of spiritual existence. What we call the beauty of the eternal, the beauty of the unchanging absolute reality, which neither has form, nor name, nor qualities. Imagine a thing which doesn't have form, name, or objects, or any qualities, or any kind of limitations or addings. Nothing is there, one without a second. A ocean of bliss, peace, love, absolute. And imagine its beauty, what it could be. It is the source of innumerable universes, appearing, disappearing, with all beauty and glory. Time, space bound, with duality, appears to be the beauty, and when the duality dissolves, when the triad, the experiencer, experienced and the experience dissolve to find one existence, what could be the beauty? The beauty merged in the beauty. All thirsts and differences that was demanding for joy and peace has become itself a ocean of bliss, peace, love, absolute. There we see, we have to just imagine what it could be, the beauty merged in beauty, the lover merged in the love, the peace experiencer has merged in the experience along with the object experienced. No duality exists. That beauty of Gauranga is being explained. Then comes the Radha Krishna song, in which Radha, the sum total of all jivas, as eternal companion of the Lord of the universe, who is manifesting in every jiva as individual soul. How it could be? One who is reflecting on all mirrors is the all images have merged back into the mirror. Sun shining through many pots the pots have dissolved, the water has evaporated, all the reflections have merged back. In its source, the sun. Sun was reflecting in many pots. Now sun alone is there without reflections. The one similarly is the Radha representing all jivas, eternally united with the Lord, appearing to be separate from the Lord as innumerable jivas are merging back in the source. Radha represents the sum total of all jivas, and Krishna represents the absolute existence. So the union of Radha and Krishna, finally one reality existing without a duality. Now Sri Ramakrishna is telling, Surendra is talking to Master. Surendra is telling to the Master, no one has sang anything about Divine Mother today, because function is going on, Annapurna worship. And no one has sung anything about the Divine Mother today. Master, pointing to the image, look at the beauty of the hall. The light of Divine Mother seems to have lighted the whole place. Such a sight fills the heart with joy. Grief and desire for pleasure disappear. Festivity. One of the important parts of the festivity is to break the monotony of life and give link to the something that is transcendental. We are moving day-to-day life with the almost same routine. Get up in the morning, this, that and all. These functions and celebrations change the awarenesses altogether. In Belur Math, when we were there in training center, each function coming, there will be a lot of preparation, at least for 2-3 months before it begins, each function. So the practice of music for songs and bhajans and Vedic chanting, and preparations in the shrine stores, elaborate, suppose it is Durga Puja, how many, about 4 months before they start preparing for the puja articles, assembling and making everything ready. So elaborate puja. And then the image to be made. From the first day, 3 months before he comes and starts doing the image, little by little the image expands. Every day we go and see something improvement, something changing. Slowly, finally, a month before almost, the whole image is complete. The painting goes on. So there is continuously, in every field, you will see so many preparations going on. The program, how will be the program, what will be the program, what will be the food articles to be brought, how to be distributed, who will do, allocation of duties. All this is a kind of festivity. One to end, there is a small gap in between for the other to begin. So one side is our daily routine, daily spiritual practices, day-to-day activities, and now and then, like pillars in the building, comes each to remind, to dissolve, to sacrifice something, time, energy, and bodily sacrifices of work and actions, efforts, intellectual participation, all for the sake of God and for the society, to preserve the culture and raise the society to a higher level of consciousness. Otherwise, slowly we enter into tamas, and the tendencies enter into the animalhood. From divinehood, we slip to the day-to-day routine, and the slowly tamas engulfs. Whenever we get a little leisure, go and sleep, take rest, and do untimely spiritual practices that during meditation we enter into sleep. This a kind of slowly entering into tamas comes. So not to occupy the mind by tamas and animalhood. As the tamas increases, animalhood increases. Desire for enjoyment and comforts. No untimely resting. There is limit for rest and sleep. There is time for that. Each has to go on in its own place. When we keep our body and mind full of activity and this one, and in between it will short rests, again pick up. Change the whole atmosphere. From Durga Puja to Shivratri, what a tremendous transformation. The whole climate is changing. Whole situations are changing. People's pockets are changing. Sometimes it is full, sometimes it is filled, sometimes it is empty. So hands are empty, work is more, food is less. All these changes, the nature is changing. Man's awarenesses are changing. So are the festivals. So nicely designed and appear as if the divine is presenting itself amidst the varying situations of life and of the atmosphere around. So how the manifestation, there we see, unless we dedicate there, sacrifice, go and link, offer ourselves, we will be missing that proper arrangements throughout the year, according to seasons and all. We are growing. Every moment we are growing. Yesterday I was telling, the child born appears to be growing, but is growing towards death. Every moment is growing, but every growth is associated with the death end. Countdown has begun on the moment he is born. Countdown has begun of his life. Suppose he is going to live 100 years also. One day of the life is gone. It appears like growth, but he is moving towards death. An apple beautifully growing in the plant or tree. It is growing. When the growth is complete, it falls off. Starts rotting. For rotting, did the plant come up and gave a fruit? It's going to rot. What was the purpose for which the plant was there? The apple came, what for? The flower came, what for? A fruit is going to be there, which is going to fall and be eaten away by the earth back. Is that the purpose? No. The purpose is life is inevitable because of the karmic load the jiva is carrying. Innumerable lives, innumerable jivas. They have to move in the world, in various bodies to exhaust their karmic load, ultimately evolve to the divinehood and go back to the source. Now, in and through all that, the perennial stream of life has to continue. If fruit doesn't end with the fruit. Flower doesn't end its life with flower. It gives rise to a fruit. Fruit is not the end. Fruit has come only to give a seed for the next tree to come up. Then the purpose of fruit is over. It is to throw the seeds to keep the vegetation alive at all times. Same vegetation is continuing, but innumerable trees have come and disappeared. So keeps the whole nature. Amidst this is our life. And here, like life coming, blooming and fading and disappearing, so does the Chaitanya, consciousness, manifest and again disappear in another form, as Shiva, as Durga, as Ganesha. We see throughout the year the changes, atmospheric changes are going on. Our life is also flowing and moving towards its end, to begin again. Man suffers and dies to begin again. The old tendencies continue. How many lives we take? We don't want to change ourselves. The moment we know we are under the movement of our karmic load and vasanas are going to take up my charge again. I don't want to give up the vasanas because of the tamas that I am carrying. Otherwise, suppose I have some nature, I have to cross over it. Nobody will help in that. I have a particular nature I have cultivated certain likes and dislikes. Some people I like, some people I don't like. My nature is such I cannot move with people so easily. My nature is such I can move with any person, anywhere, anytime. The natures differ from one person to another person. And if we don't give up this tendency of likes and dislikes, raga, dvesha, attachments and aversions, if we don't give up, same story is going to repeat again in the next life. Some sadhakas I see, they are doing sadhana, they are immersed, holding on to the sadhana. They are not holding on to God and doing sadhana. They are holding on to sadhana and trying to hold on to God. These people go on doing sadhana lives after lives without attaining God. This is what the Ishavasya Upanishad says, avidyaya, vidya. Both have different fruits, vidya. We are holding on to avidya. Avidya means not the negative sense of binding force. Avidya is not ajnana. It is a steps to climb. Vidya is always step to climb. Avidya is where the stagnations are there. Ajnana is what brings down, climbing down. Vidya is always going up. See, going up is stopped, then it is called avidya. Not ajnana, avidya. Avidya makes you, it is like putting a brake while moving vehicle. It is not reverse gear. Reverse gear is different. The vidya has stopped, avidya has begun. It is holding on. Then again, it is on the hold, avidya. So, like that, this is also vidya, and vidya stops there. We are holding on to this sadhana and leaving the God. Holding on to God doing sadhana is different, where ego is absent. Or doing sadhana, leaving God is holding on to ego. Holding on to God and doing sadhana is surrender of ego. Lot of difference. So the tendency, it becomes a tendency, vasana. It doesn't become that's why it's considered avidya. It will take you to certain heights and keep you there. You are not going to enter the world back. That much. You are not climbing down, but you are not going ahead. That's why avidyaya mrityun tirtva. You have climbed the steps, but you cannot enter there. Vidyaya amritam. When you hold on to God and do the same sadhana again, So sadhana and holding on to God must go together. Vidya and avidya, both saha, they go together. Then you'll see that you're climbing and entering into the immortality. So here also the festivity, Sri Ramakrishna is describing the festivity, what a grand thing it is to, we must have eyes to see. Some people, I went to West, the trend is changing there. The children are, most of the families, some are maintaining the old fashion and old samskriti or culture, but majority of people, younger generation which is coming up, because the parents were extremely busy in earning, there was a gap. They could not pay full attention. They left the children to grow amidst all. The Western trend, slowly they acquire and start making fun if you do the worship and things like that. The acceptance of existence of God seems to be taboo, that is to be discouraged, that is to be laughed at. That kind of function is going on. Nobody participates. None of the children participate in some of the families. The elders join together and do the festivity. They are reluctant to take prasad. They are reluctant to take, they make fun if you say this is prasad. And this kind of, we don't have eyes to see. They have lost the eyes. The sight is broken. Otherwise, everything is a joy which makes the other part of the life, the enjoyments, into pure joy of spiritual transformation. If you find joy in these things, which are part of the religious and cultural aspects of life, if you have the sense to perceive its glory, perceive its purity, perceive its depth by which it is taking you beyond the nature, then you'll see that your normal life in the world, running about and doing all the activities, earning here, there, meeting people, everything is becoming a spiritual source of internal transformation that is taking you to the eternal peace and eternal joy, eternal bliss and eternal freedom. So Sri Ramakrishna is awakening that the base of the man to participate, to see something which usually we miss to see. Master pointing to the image. Look at the beauty of the hall. The light of the Divine Mother seems to have lighted the whole place. Light of the Divine Mother. As if the Mother is something like a sun shining over the earth. Moon reflecting it at night. Like that, Mother's presence is making the hall. Similar occasion comes elsewhere. Sri Ramakrishna explains what is that beauty, what is that understanding. He says there, when Rama entered the court, you see, it was like 1,000 suns shining together. Somebody is asking the question, if 1,000 sun enter the hall, what happens? All the people will die away. One sun far away is sufficient to roast a man in summer. If sun comes to the earth, no being will be there on the earth. Temperature goes to that high. And 1,000 suns, nothing will be there. Everything, earth itself gets evaporated. So then Sri Ramakrishna explains, it is not the sun of matter, material sun. It is the sun of spirituality. Just like when the sun rises, the lotus bloom, the lilies bloom, lotus bloom. Like that, all hearts of the whole court stands up in joy. Like when Swami Vinayakananda spoke, came and stood before people and uttered, brothers and sisters of America, all stood up and started clapping. Why did they stand up? They heard something, a heart speaking. Many people might have told earlier, brothers and sisters of my brothers and sisters, addressing might have been done. Nobody felt it. But when Swami Vivekananda said, brothers and sisters of America, he was actually seeing one Lord, one Divine Mother, all our children, and actually felt himself reflecting in all the people, the entire world in his heart. Like Shiva, as Swamiji has written a song on Shiva. In that he explains a beautiful, this one, Vyaja Matram Prabhutvam, Vibhutvam, Hridi Pranayati Vishwam. The heart is shining, the whole world is shining in his heart and telling that he is the Lord of the universe. Vibhutvam is only just an occasion. Vyaja means a occasion to tell. In other language, Nepa Matra in Kannada. Just to tell, he is the Lord, he is telling, but the whole heart is whole world is in his heart. Vyaja Matram. Like that, all beings are in his heart. He is feeling that oneness and one master of the world and all children and deeply interrelated. What a feeling it must be that makes all people to rise, stand and start clapping. Maximum we sit and where we are, something exciting we clap there itself. Not stand up and clap. Everybody was on the edge of the chair for the rest of the lecture. This is what we see here. Sri Ramakrishna is telling, look at the beauty of the hall, the light of the Divine Mothers seems have lighted the whole place. Such a sight fills the heart with joy. Mother's presence, grief and desires for pleasure disappear. One is rejection, one is asakti, attachments, both disappear. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.